everyone, let's talk about job search red flags. Now, here's an article that appeared recently on LinkedIn called Something Fishy, Job Search Red Flags. And it's written in the form of a poll where it's asking people to write in with their number one job search red flags. And let's take a look at these and see if they're valid. Okay, so a high turnover rate. Well, yes, I would agree with this. There are certain jobs that on job aggregators like Indeed, people will notice that they are posted over and over and over again for weeks on end, sometimes months on end, and this is most definitely a red flag. It indicates and suggests that there's a reason why that job can't be filled. Either the job itself is undesirable or the organization itself is engaged in some very strange hiring practices. And for a variety of reasons, it might not be a good idea to apply for that job. Number two, lack of salary transparency. Now, this is something that I'm sure a lot of people will say will be a red flag, but I have to say I disagree with this particular one. And the reason why I say that is because there are a lot of major reputable employers that don't do this. They don't disclose the true salary range in the original job application. And there's a very well-known reason for this. It's because it's a negotiating tactic. If you reveal your hand, you may not end up offering somebody a competitive salary. And also, you don't want the candidate to feel that, although they might be happy with the actual number that they're given in terms of compensation, they are somehow less happy with it, having known that it is not at the highest point in the range that the company was willing to pay. So for that reason, and a variety of others, not posting and not disclosing a salary range is not what I would term a red flag. Many reputable employers do this, but it can be under the circumstances, okay? As I said, there is a playbook for this, and if they go to extraordinary lengths to obfuscate their salary, it can be a red flag, okay? We are a family. Now, yes, I would agree with this one. This is one of those statements that raises some red flags and raises some concerns about the nature of the culture at the organization, and specifically, it may suggest that the organization treats its employees in a less than stellar manner, put it that way. The reality of this is that employees are looking out for number one. They're looking out for themselves. It's self-interest in the same way that employers are looking out for themselves. And companies that tend to be successful acknowledge that the way that the organization succeeds is by having the individuals in the organization succeed also. It's a win-win situation, and that's well known in business circles as a way for companies to prosper and have longevity. If the company tries to get ahead at the expense of its employees, where the employees are actually having a very poor experience, this raises concerns about the company's longevity, and it creates a need for a very high turnover and all kinds of other knockoff effects. So yes, this would be a red flag if statements like this were made by the recruiter or company representatives during the job search process. Now, people have written in with various other things here, but a lot of these tend to stem from the fact that there's questionable behavior on the part of the recruiter, okay? If you're dealing with a recruiter or a hiring manager or some other contact at the employer throughout the recruitment process, a series of interviews or whatever you're doing, and they make strange personal statements. They say very odd things, or they behave in a less than professional manner. So People, I believe, somewhere in this list have mentioned things like punctuality. If they make appointments with you for job interviews and they don't show up on time, that's obviously a red flag because it's not professional behavior. And furthermore, if that was the case and they behave in a casual manner towards the lack of punctuality on their part, that is also a red flag. Okay, so a lot of this is the behavior of the recruiter, okay, or the contact person. Any kind of lack of professionalism is definitely a red flag. Something that's less well known by a lot of candidates is that if the company during the recruitment process asks you to do any kind of work for them as a sort of free sample type arrangement, that is a very big red flag. In many regions, many jurisdictions, that's actually illegal. That's a known thing. If companies, and the reason behind that is that if companies are needing a certain amount of work done, it has been known that instead of actually employing a contractor, instead, the company will advertise a fake job, get applicants to show up, and then tell the applicants, okay, as part of the hiring process, I need to see a sample of your work. So I want to get you to do this work for me and submit it to me, and we'll consider that in your application, which of course is their form of getting the work done for free, at the end of which the company ghosts the candidate or simply informs them that they did not get the job, and the company has received the work for no pay, for no fee. So that is a red flag. That is a very clear red flag, and a lot of people have fallen victim to that of late. So that's something to be well aware of. As I said, most of these are to do with the behavior and communication from the recruiter. So people have mentioned things like discrimination. That's true. And, just any kind of unprofessional behavior. It is well known that recruiters have been known to act very, very unprofessionally, to say the least. There are many good recruiters out there, but there's unfortunately many, many poor ones, and some downright malicious ones also. So if you've had the misfortune of running into those people, let me know in the comments what else I am not including in this list. If something has happened to you that's a clear red flag, please let me know in the comments, and so other people can see a more complete list. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.